Hey guys, this is Michael from GPURisers.com. Some of you know me as Vistang, and this is the GPURisers.com YouTube channel. This video is going to be an introduction to our company, what we do, why we started this company, and where we believe we're going to expand into. To start, our company sells GPU risers, and I can confidently say the highest quality GPU risers that you could buy. Aside from risers, we sell splitters and also now SSDs. Currently, GPURisers.com can sell to customers in the US, Canada, the UK, and the EU. We do have some customers that are in various countries around the world, and we are able to do custom shipments for them. However, it's usually not cost effective for them to do so from customs, duties, and other fees associated with it unless it's a larger bulk order. The question I get often is, why did you start GPURisers.com? And why is it so straight to the point? And for the longest time, why is it only risers that you sell? And the issue came when I was redoing my mining farm. Like many of you who are a part of this community, you're here because you like to mine cryptocurrency. Prior to GPURisers.com, I was heavy into mining. I loved mining. I remember the first time I kind of got a glimpse of it. I was taking a final in college, and I messaged one of my really good friends, and an article, I think, on Forbes, and it said that you can make money by using your graphics card when you're, not at your computer. And that's the only thing I was thinking about during this final, was like, how is that possible? And so I started looking more and more into it, and I connected with one of my good friends, and me and him met the next day. We both threw a little bit of money at it, and we began mining from that day on. We got into mining in 2016. I think our first rig had 6 1060 3 gigabytes, and then we had 2 rigs that were a combination of 470s, and I believe 570s were coming out at the time. All 4 gigabyte. The DAG for Ethereum hasn't hit 3 gigabytes at this point, so that's when we started. The biggest problem that we had when we started was the hardware. It seemed like nothing was available for cryptocurrency mining. It seemed like everything you had to change or adapt to make it work for cryptocurrency mining. There were no motherboards for mining. There were no, even cases for mining. There were none of those. But they did, however, have risers. As you can see here on the screen, this is our first mining farm, I guess you could say. We have the 1063 gigabytes up here. We have the, I believe, 470 or 574 gigabytes up here, and same as here. Different models, different everything. I believe these 1063 gigabytes also had the Hynix memory at the time, which for some viewers that don't know what that is, they hashed at 18 mega hash on Ethereum, and it wasn't bad at the time. As you can see here, we have the motherboards. These are not mining motherboards. These were generic gaming motherboards where you had to go into the BIOS and change tons of settings, gen speeds, all of that. There was a whole array of different options that you had to do just right to have a somewhat stable rig. This picture brings back a lot of memories. My friend Alan, who you guys will soon meet, he's doing the GPURisers.com YouTube channel with me. We would stay up for hours troubleshooting this rig. We had all the cards here zip tied. We had overclock settings on them. At this time, we used it was an operating system called Ethos or OS. I'm not sure how people said it. And it was a Linux-based Ubuntu operating system. No web UI like Hive or MinerStat or Simple Mining. We had the screen, and we hoped it booted. Back to the nights where we were staying up, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. troubleshooting this, we would turn the rig on and connect it to this monitor and just hope that all 6 cards would pop up every time. And it would take about 30 seconds to load up ETH OS. and it would only show 5 majority of the time. And we found that 9 times out of 10 it was always a riser issue. We bought numerous risers from Amazon, from eBay, but it felt like these risers weren't meant for graphics cards. This was before higher versions came out. They were only powered via 6-pin. And so we were trying to just make it work with what we had. So because of the hardware limitations that we had, we kind of just always had to troubleshoot these. It was a normal thing for one of these rigs to shut off in the middle of the night, and we would go and fix it. It was almost like taking care of an animal, and we hated it, but we also loved it, and it fueled this crypto mining addiction that everyone seems to call it now. So in this photo, we have our 3 rigs that we started with. This actually made it particularly hard, a lot harder to troubleshoot. These graphics cards would be just sitting on the risers here with no real support at all. The risers would break all the time. And the risers were also screwed into the wood, so we would have to move these risers side by side because the holes would just be drilled into this wood, and we'd have to replace them so often that it just became a big problem, and we almost wish that we just switched back to hanging these things from the wire rack. So after about 2 years of doing this, the crypto bear market hit pretty hard. Cards were suddenly accessible to get. Mining was not really a popular thing. It was almost like you were mining at a loss. For me, at 10 cents a kilowatt on average, it kind of became just a hobbyist thing to do. I wasn't there to make money. The little bit of money that I did make from mining for the next couple of years, I would buy 1 more graphics card, or I would sell 2 of these and upgrade. So here's a picture of my Radeon 7 rig. I no longer have this rig, which I miss it, but then I think about all the problems that it had, and I don't really miss it anymore. They're very finicky cards, but this is really the rig where I started focusing on the risers. These cards were very expensive, more expensive than the 1063 gigabytes, the 470s, 480s, 570s, 580s. These cards I got for, I believe, $670 a piece. And at that time, that was crazy for a graphics card. Now it's a low-end graphics card. But at the time, that was a lot of money for these graphics cards. And I kept thinking, why am I putting these on riser boards that are breaking all the time, that are having tons of issues, and it just didn't seem good to be putting all these cards together on a rig, and the one point that connects all these GPUs to the motherboard are these flimsy, cheap risers that have to get replaced all the time. So then began my search into what is the best riser. I bought these Radeon 7s. They're expensive, and I want the best riser I can get for these. And so I started looking around online, and this is right when, I want to say, the version 9 risers came out. I was looking to buy them in bulk, and I found a supplier that had them. So I went ahead and bought them for the Radeon 7s, and for about the 30 to 40 other graphics cards that I had, I decided to swap all the old risers, replace them with new ones, and I'd be good to go. Here is the first generation of the version 9 riser. These were the highest quality risers you could buy, and these are the risers that I swapped all of my rigs onto, and they were very stable. I mean, compared to the version 6, 7, 8, these risers were rock solid. The biggest problem, I think, were just the dead on arrival rates were fairly high. So this picture was on my website. This is when I started. This is when I drafted a long email to Red Panda Mining, seeing if he needed a sponsor to do giveaways on his channel. He had, I believe, 7 or 8, maybe 9,000 subscribers at the time. And he emailed me back and said, let's do it. So here is our first custom riser that we had made. We wanted a white board with all black parts and gold USBs. And we thought it looked very good. We thought it went well and it meshed well. The black USB cable is also connecting the 1X chip with the 16X board here. It had a very sleek look, and we like that, but more than anything, we wanted to make sure, again, the quality was top-notch. We began to notice when we started doing batches of these that the quality control was much higher from these suppliers. We would vet the suppliers, we would vet the factories, and we found that the dead-on arrival rates for these were even lower than what they were for the black risers, because these boards have to be custom printed. The parts are sourced just for this project, and that's when we noticed that this made a very big difference. A big problem that Alan and I had while mining is if we got a pack of 6 risers from Amazon and 2 or 3 didn't work, or even if 1 didn't work, you had to return the whole thing, and they were always by companies that you didn't know their names or anything like that. So we would have a bunch of cards sitting waiting, and no risers to mine until the next pack that probably has a dead on arrival one comes in. And we kind of got in this vicious cycle of just always ordering two risers for every 1 card, just expecting it. But when people see our website on these risers, they know that they can contact us. If you do have a dead on arrival riser or any other defect, it does happen. They're not absolutely perfect. Then we can sort that out, get you a new riser right away, and you don't have to mail us back all the other ones. After a couple months of selling this riser, we started noticing that people wanted some a couple extra bells and whistles. Really, that's what it kind of came down to. That's when our next model came out, which features 8 capacitors, and we swapped out our website for our logo. And this riser really is the premier top-notch riser that you can buy. This is more geared towards the very enthusiast miner. These boards feature a third LED that is behind the butterfly clip right around here, and also on the 1X chip that plugs into the motherboard, there is a red LED to indicate that the 1X chip is properly powered. This is our flagship riser. We created a launch video for it. You can find it here on our YouTube channel. I'll throw that link down below. We couldn't be happier with how these turned out. We actually had these for about 2 months before launch, and we wanted to make sure everything was perfect on them before we brought them to you guys. These are available now on our website to purchase. These are not a newer version than our 4 capacitor risers. These are simply running in parallel with them. The 4 capacitor risers are just as high quality as these. Again, those and these are the highest quality risers you can buy on the market. Test them for yourself. I know we do a lot of testing here in-house with them, but this is really the premier enthusiast version of our 4 capacitor riser. It has the 8 capacitors, the extra LEDs, and again, it has a very, very strict quality control. As you guys can tell, I'm very enthusiastic about GPURisers. I love these boards now. I think that those long nights staying up with Alan, figuring these very strange issues going on with our rigs, and it always coming down to bad risers, I think it implanted something in me that really wants to make sure that these boards are just as perfect as that they can be. So I know that was long-winded. I just wanted to answer some of the questions for people that do reach out wondering why we started this company. Why is it so direct to almost only risers? We are expanding, but mainly just risers. And so I hope that this answered some of those questions for people that are curious about it. So the last thing I wanted to touch on really is where are we going? Why am I sitting here talking to you guys? Why do I have these LEDs that are behind me that are not really lined up right? But we're going to start producing content. We work with some of the largest crypto mining YouTubers. We love this community. It kind of started on the Bitcoin talk online back in the day. Then it turned into Ether mining subreddit. And now it turned into Discord. Now we can go on and see people's pictures of their rigs, and we just absolutely love the community. And since we work so closely with a lot of the YouTubers, we decided why not kind of just jump in. We have our story with mining. We have our current projects that we're doing, some of which you're going to see soon. that we're excited about. We're not just a retail business. At the end of the day, we're, you guys, you watching us right now, we're on the same boat. We both come into the same problems with mining. We both, Google the same things, figure out overclocks for cards, research ASIC mining, or now hard drive mining, Chia mining that we have going on. We're all really in the same boat here, and we figured we could bring a little bit of our knowledge to the YouTube community, to the whole mining community as a whole. My background is in finance and taxation. I'm a licensed attorney here in the United States. I didn't really like what I was doing, so I pursued GPURisers, pursued mining, pursued everything. It's really what I enjoy. It's my passion. It has been for years. But I've learned a lot through finance, business, tax, law. A lot of it does apply to what we're doing. There's tons of legal issues going on. There's tons of tax issues going on. And I see a lot of YouTubers doing financial forecasting for mining, doing ROI analysis. So we're going to touch on a lot of that through this YouTube channel. Look forward to bringing all that content and our point of view for it. And so I've been through the ups and the downs with crypto. I'm not one of those OGs that have been around since 2010. I never bought Bitcoin at $8. I simply just stumbled across an article and just dove in 2016, and I've been doing this every day. YouTubers that I work with, all these guys are great. The content that they're coming out with is great, and so that's why we're here, and that's kind of where we're going. We want to join in and share our experiences, explain some of our knowledge on this subject, and just keep pushing forward, as a community, and seeing where all this goes. Coins might go to proof of stake. Coins might switch algorithms, but I think mining is always going to be here to stay. Algorithms will always need some kind of proof of something, and whether that's Chi is the future, I don't know, probably not. But I do believe GPU mining will be here for a long-term solution for some of these chains that are coming up. So that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys hanging around. That's a little background on our company, who we are, why we started, and really where we plan on going with this. So if you guys don't mind, can you hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below on anything you would like for us to make or see, or possibly even products that you would like introduced. Again, we really like to bring products to market that are full custom products. We have our SSDs now. We have white-sleeved 8-pin splitters, which we're going to do videos on how to properly power graphics cards with 8-pin splitters instead of 6. So yeah, I again appreciate you guys staying here, and we look forward to releasing more videos for you guys. I hope everyone who sees this video has a great rest of their day. Again, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.